Hey everyone, welcome back to the CloudTechs Club, your place to learn DevOps, cloud, and all tech things. So, in the previous tutorial, we explored key concepts such as Docker components, its architecture, and some essential Docker CLI commands. In this session, we will continue by covering few more Docker CLI commands. With this, let's get started. So, here is the lab. In the last lecture, we discussed various use case of Docker commands to create containers. For example, Docker container run -itd and Nginx. So here -it, here it is known as the intact terminal mode, which will keep the container within running state and provide the terminal, while -d is known as detached mode, which will not let the container to occupy the terminal. Now let's run this particular command. So here you can see it's looking for the image locally, didn't find the image. Now it will look for image in the public repository or Docker Hub registry. After finding the image, it will download and save the file locally and will launch the container. Let's verify Docker container ls -e. So here I can see this is the container which just created 13 minutes ago. It is in up state. It is active on port 80. Let's discuss the next command. By default, Docker engine is the one who assigns the default names to the container. Now if you want to change the name of the container, we can use the command docker container rename. Let's run the command docker container rename container ID and provide the new name of the container. I'll take that as web server. Now to verify the name is changed, run the command docker container ls -e. So here we can see the default name is changed to web server. Let me clear the console. Let's discuss another command. If you want to delete containers which are in exec mode, you can use the command docker container rm with the container ID. Let's first identify which containers are in exec mode. For this, run the command docker container ls -a. It will show all the containers which are running in this particular Docker host. So we can see there are a lot of containers which are in exited mode. So let's take an example of one of them. I'll take this as an example. So let's run the command docker container rm and let's take the container ID from here. So the container ID is D598. Let's verify it again. Docker container ls -a. So I think it's deleted successfully. We don't see that container anymore in the exit containers. Okay, so now if you want to delete 2-3 containers at the same time, we can use the command docker container rm with multiple container IDs. let's see that as well. Container docker container rm, and let me take couple of container IDs at the same time. 9451, I will take one more, 6B26, let's take one more, 6D2. Let's hit enter. So these containers are deleted. Let's verify it again with the help of docker container ls-a. Now we can see there are less containers because we deleted few of them which are in exited state. Now I can see there are so many containers which are in stopped exited state. Let's delete all of them at the same time. For that, we have to use the command docker container rm. I will take one as a variable and going to run the command here, docker container ls-aq. So it will list all the containers which are in exited state and going to apply the command docker container rm. So it's telling me these containers are deleted, but these containers which are in up state, we can't delete them right now. We have to either stop them or we have to remove them forcefully. Let me clear the console. Okay, now let's see how we can delete the running state containers. First, let's identify which containers are in running state. For that, run the command docker container ls-a. So I can see these containers are in running state. Now let's stop one of these running containers. Docker container stop and the container ID. So I am going to stop this nginx container. So this is stopped now. Let's verify it again. So you can see it's exited with 4 seconds ago. Now we can delete this container by running the command docker container rm and the name of the container, which is container ID. Let's verify it again by running the docker container ls-a. So the nginx container is deleted now. If you want to delete a running container without performing the stop operation, in that case we have to use the parameter -f with the command docker container rm-f. Let's see a quick example. I'm going to delete Ubuntu container. For that, docker container rm. I will use the parameter -f with the container ID. Press enter. So let's verify it again. So we can see the container F63 is deleted successfully. Next, if you want to delete multiple running containers at the same time, you can use the command docker container rm with parameter -f Let's take a variable. It's going to list all the containers. ls-aq. Let's run it. So it has deleted the container ID 1598, which was the running container. Let's verify it again. So we don't have any running container into the Docker host right now. Now let me clear the screen. In order to create a container with the desired name, we can use the command docker container run -itd. Now we have to use here the parameter --name. I will name this as app server with the image Ubuntu. Let's hit enter. Now let's verify whether the web server container is created or not. We will run the command docker container alice. Okay, so the container is created. This is the container ID. This is the image which we used, and it was created 14 seconds ago, and the status is up. And the name of the container is app server. Next, if you want to stop any container, you can use the command docker container stop. Let's stop this particular container what we are using with the help of the container name app server. Let's verify. So nothing is running. Let's verify with the -a. Okay, so we can see the app server container is exited mode. Now, if you want to start this container, you can use the command docker container start, and we can use the name of this particular container. Let's start it. Let's verify with the ls. So you can see the container is in a running state right now. Next, if you want to restart the container, you can use the command restart. Now it will show the uptime from 0 seconds. Let's verify that really quick. Let's verify. So you can see status is up 5 seconds ago, and previously the up state, and it was a 4 seconds ago. Now if you would like to pause the container, you can run the command docker container pause app server. So this container is in a pause state right now. You can see the status is up 38 seconds and it's showing paused. To unpause, we can just write the command docker container unpause. Let's verify it again. So you can see the paused mode is removed. Next, if you want to see the information of the created container, you can use the command inspect. So docker container inspect and the container ID. So I will use the container ID as this one of the app server. Let's hit enter. So I can see the complete information about this container. Let's go a little bit up so that we can see what information it is showing up. So you can see the creation time of this app server container, status as running, and the started and the finish time is reported here. Name is app server. Network mode is bridge. We will discuss this later in this series. So it shows the complete information about this container, whatever the configuration is there. Image as Ubuntu. It has provided the labels as well. Here is the network settings, the IP address. Let's clear the screen. Now let's discuss two commands, attach and execute. As we have seen previously, the attach command is used to enter any running container, while to run any command inside the container directly from the Docker CLI, need to use the command execute. Let's create a quick container by running the command docker container run -itd name of this container I will create as cloud server 01 and will use the image as Ubuntu. Okay, so now the container is created. Let's verify it. Docker container ls-a. So the container is created as with the ID 999. Status is up and the name of the container is cloud server 01. Now to move inside this particular container, we need to use command attach docker container attach and the container ID. So I will use the container ID as this one. Now we are inside the container. Now, if in case you want to come out of this particular container, we have to use the command control PQ. Now we are outside of the container. In order to execute the command from sitting inside the Docker host itself, we need to use the execute command. Now let's see the Docker container. I will use the execute and the container ID of the Ubuntu container. And I'm going to create a file using the touch and will name this file as file01. So the command got successfully executed. Let's go inside the container and verify it. So how we will go inside the container? Docker container attach and the container ID. Now I am inside the container. I will run the command ls-la. So we should be able to see the name file01 here. Now to come outside of this particular container, run the control PQ. Now let's go ahead and discuss another concept. If you will pull any lightweight image from the Docker Hub, basically it contains various libraries, binaries, and the dependencies which helps in running the applications. We can perform the inspection of these images by using various commands. So let's go ahead and check what particular images are present within this Docker host by using the command docker image ls. So you can see we have two images, Nginx and Ubuntu, with their image IDs. To check and inspect the images present on this particular Docker host, let's run the command docker image inspect. We can also provide the image name. Also, we can provide the image ID. So let's provide just the image ID here. So we can see the complete information is visible now about the image. So you can see the repo tag as Ubuntu latest. It's having the ID. It shows the created date and time. It shows the environment variable, command, labels. You can also see the history of the image by using the command docker image history and the image ID. Let me get the image ID from here of Ubuntu. I will just go ahead and provide it here. So we can see the history of this particular image. So you can see here the command is bin bash add. So addition of libraries, basically we can see here we have various labels, we have the arguments. So that's it for now. In the next lecture we will explore more concepts with Docker. So stay tuned for the latest videos. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.